Nah, I don't want to berserk. They're higher rated than I am. See if they berserk here. I would berserk back, but don't want to be the first one to. Let's play a gambit. All right, we got a beautiful center now. It's kind of a dream position if we've given up the pawn, so very happy with this. Defend the d pawn in case they trade on f3. I don't really want a kingside castle. I want to go queen b3, but he has knight a5 right now. So what if I push d5 first? Guess this is still leading to the trade of bishops. Queen b3, the idea is to hit the b7 pawn. But without the additional threat on f7, it's not as strong as usual. He backs the bishop up, actually. Okay. And we'll just play f3, solidify the e4 pawn. He's looking to get in here. I'm not worried about this fork because my light square bishop isn't great right now anyway. So knight g3, rook g1, knight takes e2. I don't have a problem with that. Not really looking to castle at this point, so. It's not a free bishop. It is a fork. If I fork, he captures. So not a great fork. I fork, he captures. Move the other one. Unless his knight can't get out, but it can because after taking on e2, it can take my other knight. But none of these captures are overly scary. His bishop on g6 is just a pawn. Now maybe rook c1 to avoid any forks on h3. Maybe bishop somewhere. Yeah, bishop doesn't have a great square. Okay, he's trying to open things up now. Makes sense. So he captures, I capture, the knight moves with a check. So if he captures, I can't really recapture right now. I guess I can just move my king back for now. The open f file is a little scary. Still looking at bishop c4 ideas. Bishop c4. Maybe queen d6. Oh, okay. I think my bishop wants to move. Bishop moves. Queen check. King moves. Alright, let's do this. This also guards the g2 pawn again. Queen g3, maybe... Can't play queen f2 because of knight to d3 check. So if queen g3 check, I think we just have to move. So let's move. The c file is not open, at least not completely open. So king c2 next. Also ideas of knight to e2, forcing some of this material off the board. That may drop the e4 pawn though, and especially if my king's on c2, I don't want to drop this pawn with check. Up a minute on the clock, but that's not very significant at this point. Alright, move away. Bring this rook over somewhere. Try and get on the third rank probably. Guess this rook can also be used. It's probably still tied to the g2 pawn. Alright, let's go to the F file. Then lifting the rook is really useful because I can also use it on the D file in case he tries to open things up with C6. Getting close to a 2-minute time advantage, so it's going to start to matter. If I don't get checkmated, the time might play a role. So, rook to f3, queen h2. Rook f1. Try to pin down the file. Okay, I think that makes sense. Alright, now the knight's pinned. So we've got the threat of g3 in this position. Guard the e4 pawn, because he might just push this again to attack my knight. But my king has found safety, so this is definitely turning around. All right, we'll attack the pinned knight. And his pieces have trouble getting back over to the queen side. My king should be able to hide. So a little bit of a run for the king. 6 minutes left in the arena. Alright, attack the pinned knight. I capture the pawn, he captures on e4. I guess we're taking here. So maybe I had to be a little more aware of my bishop getting trapped. But we're up a pawn. And I still have a lot of threats here. I think. Okay, knight captures. I'm on the bishop. If I take the bishop, then I've got two attackers on the rook. Only 5 minutes left in the arena. This will be our last one. It might not even finish in time. Guess it could potentially last another 8.5 minutes. So he can move his bishop. We've got some forks here, though. Okay, so we do have a fork. That looks strong. Attacking this rook once and attacking this rook twice. But e4 might still be an issue. He's got to watch his back rank. So still a very double-edged position. Do I run back towards the center to try and get onto a dark square? Do I go to b3? That looks like a crazy spot to go to, but it might just be good. Yeah, I'm going to go to b3 here. Might also play a3 in order to run backwards. I don't know. Maybe this wasn't the right plan. My king's more exposed than I thought. I do have moves like queen c4 here. Rook takes, rook check, knight, he saves. No, I guess that doesn't quite work. Because rook f8 is not actually mate since he can give up his queen. But he's down to 1:30, so coming down to the end here. If everything trades off, then it's a winning endgame for me with these two past connected pawns. All right, let's bring our king back. Look for a little bit of safety here. His bishop's hanging, but I can't really attack it. My king is not under attack right now. I've got 4 minutes, so we can think here for a second. He's attacking e4 twice. only up one pawn, though. So if I give up the e4 pawn while trading into the endgame, that might not be ideal. So something like queen to d4, queen takes, knight takes, bishop takes isn't great. So maybe we just guard that again. All right, let's guard e4. And then I can look for a queen trade. Yep, he says no queen trade. Queen g3. Knight to f8. Knight to f8 is interesting. Let's try knight f8. If the queen captures, then I can take his rook. Actually, I'm guarding the knight, so his queen can't capture anyway. So he does get e4. But I was thinking in this position I could play queen g3. Queen g3, queen b3, queen captures, pawn captures, king captures. And am I just winning the bishop at the end then? Because right now he's pinned. And this bishop check I capture. And I am... Well, maybe I'm not threatening enough. Okay, so he's threatening on this square. So maybe I need to offer the trade now. Uh-oh. Now are we in trouble? So queen ace 3, queen check. Knight check. I don't know what's going on here. But I don't like it. I feel like I'm going to get mated because queen a3 check, I move back. He checks me and I move here and rook is mate. Another check. I'm not sure I can stop the checkmate now. Alright, we'll see if he sees it. He does not, okay? He doesn't play the checkmate, so the game continues. The game continues. Now it's just a time scramble. Everything on dark squares. Okay, all luck there. I'll go ahead and show the mate that he missed. In this position, he has queen to c4 check. And if I block, he just takes with the pawn, and I'm going to get mated. And if I move my king either place on the back rank, he has rook to c1, which is mate, because the queen's covering that square and guarding the rook.